This is Johnny Dosco. Stay tuned for another Score Sheet podcast. Holy Kadelka!
The NFL is nearing the halfway point as we head into Week 7. First, here's a look at the teams on a bye for this week. Now let's take a look at some of the players who might be worth starting this week if one of your core guys is out on a bye week or with an injury. Quarterback Tim Tebow finally got the call in Denver, and you couldn't ask for a better spot. He'll be returning home to the Florida fans that supported him during his phenomenal college career and facing a bad Miami Dolphins team that offers little in the way of a pass rush. Denver did trade their top receiver, Brandon Marshall, but for Tebow, it's as much about his ability to run as it is to throw the ball. I expect him to put up some good numbers this week. Wide receiver Percy Harvin should benefit with the quarterback change in Minnesota. Donovan McNabb wasn't able to get the ball downfield very often, but the scrambling ability of rookie Christian Ponder should change that. Expect Harvin to be a favorite target when the Vikings throw the ball, and that could be often in order to keep up with the 6-0 Green Bay Packers. Running back Michael Bush of the Raiders should be a solid play this week. While Darren McFadden clearly is the number one guy in Oakland, Bush is a guy who often gets the ball when the Raiders get close to the goal line. Figure the Raiders will run the ball as much as possible this week, giving Bush some excellent opportunities. Tight end Dallas Clark hasn't been himself this season. No doubt a big reason is the loss of Peyton Manning at quarterback. But in Week 6, Clark made an incredible catch in the end zone that should be a catalyst for improved play. And with the New Orleans Saints on the schedule for Week 7, the ball should be in the air a lot. Wide receiver Dwayne Bowe and the Chiefs have been playing much better since their awful 0-2 start, in which they were outscored 89-10. Bowe should find the end zone at least once and get plenty of balls thrown his way when the Chiefs play their biggest rival, the Raiders, in Oakland. On to our list of guys you might want to avoid this week. Any wide receiver from the Oakland Raiders is worth passing on this week. Expect the Raiders to really ramp up their running game in the next few weeks as they slowly work Carson Palmer into their offense. Palmer is a capable quarterback, but will have a limited playbook in his first few weeks. Wide receiver Plaxico Burress has not found his form with the Jets thus far. In fact, he seems to be regressing as the season moves forward. The Jets are facing a good San Diego defense, making Burress a pretty clear choice for the bench, where he may stay for the rest of the season in the fantasy world. Running back Sean Green isn't likely to pump up the Jets' offense this week either. He hasn't really ever gotten it going this year, averaging just 3.4 yards per carry. Throw in the fact that teammate LaDainian Tomlinson will be motivated to face his ex-mates from San Diego, and you're probably looking at a rough week for Green. Tight end Todd Heap has not done much of anything for the Cardinals thus far. A hamstring injury 2 weeks ago certainly hasn't helped, but he's also had trouble finding his place in a new offensive system in Arizona. Playing the Steelers isn't likely to help any in Week 7. And finally, quarterback Sam Bradford is finding his sophomore season to be a challenging one. A tough early season schedule has the Rams off to a terrible start, and they are staring at an 0-6 record if they lose at Dallas this week. Bradford hasn't had his full complement of receivers all year and has forced the ball on occasion because of this. He may put up decent yardage numbers this week, but plan on several turnovers as well. And that's a wrap for Week 7. Good luck.